Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Is Dak Prescott really the best quarterback in the NFC? Is Deshaun Watson really the worst quarterback in the NFL? We got Monday Night Football. We got Jets. We got Niners. We got no CMC. And we got the the Tyreek Hill footage. Bird's eye view. Let's go. Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of Bird's Eye View. Week 1 is in the book. I am the player. They call me Moss. And that is the GM, the owner, Ernie B. What's up, bro? Philly, baby.
What's up, dog?
What's up, man?
Week 1 victory, man. I'm happy about it. We got out of Brazil alive.
Yes.
No serious injuries on our side of the football.
Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't see.
A little bit of a nightmare on the other side, but worst case scenario kind of deal.
Yeah, did you see his knee pop? His knee looked like it popped.
He got he's diagnosed with, I think, a strained MCL, so he's 6 to 8 weeks. It's football, bro. We all know shit happens. I don't want to hear about dirty play. I don't want to hear about the field. The field attributed to a lot of things in the trenches, which it always does. But the teams came together, had to agree on the field. So I just thought it was a pretty cool NFL experience.
Yeah, no, I thought it was too. So let's talk right about NFL Week 1. I think the things that kind of stood out to me, and we'll get to the Eagles game, and then we'll bring up the live feed for the Jets and Niners. We'll just bring up the game cast from ESPN so we can do that live too while we're wrapping here. But my thoughts here, man. Shout out to your man AR, but I opened up the show talking about that Dak Prescott, right? Hours before he took the field. Boy got paid and got paid $60+ million for Dak Prescott. And then he went out there and they beat, arguably, we did it in the earlier show, arguably the best defense on paper in the Cleveland Browns. So at this point, do you feel comfortable saying that Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC East, possibly NFC?
I'd say as we walk into this season, if I had to project, like not like looking forward or anything, just like, I guess let's say project's not the right word, but like grade where we're at today. Yeah, Dak is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Jalen would be 2. Jaden, just based on upside, is 3. Daniel Jones is 4. I think that's just kind of the way.
Daniel Jones is not even on the list.
Yeah, look, I think I kind of hinted on this in previous shows. Like I've predicted the implosion of the New York Giants for a while now. Like they just, it was bound to happen. Hard Knocks was just a magnifying glass for the public to realize how bad that organization is ran. I'm expecting a full clean house. Hopefully they make it to the end of the season, just for the guys in the office. But Dak. Look, I'm a firm believer in the fact that Jerry Jones cares more about being relevant in the headlines than he does winning a Super Bowl. So he did just that. He took it to the last minute with CD. He took it to the last minute with Dak. Mike is next. We'll see.
You think Micah gets paid?
Not yet, but next year he's gonna ask for nothing less than $40 million, maybe more.
Yeah, as he should.
Yeah. Agreed, totally. But yeah, I mean, Dak got paid. It is what it is. The guy that we were just speaking of that hurt his knee, I believe he got like 56 or 58, something like that, in real money. So
yeah. So looking at his numbers,
the highest paid.
Not sexy numbers, right? 19 for 32, 179 yards, 1 pick. I didn't get it. I was moving back and forth with different games. You know how they like to put on what's it called again? Red Zone for free.
Yeah.
For Week 1, give you a little taste. Just a little bit of taste, a little lick, right? With Red Zone. So it was going back and forth. So I didn't watch the whole game of the Cowboys-Cleveland game. I mean,
I was looking about where they needed to be. Jake Ferguson apparently avoided major injuries, so that's a positive sign for them. Run game is lacking, as expected, to the roster. Some numbers could say otherwise, but just even the TV tape just didn't look like they had that kind of old school Cowboys mentality when it came to the run game. Other than that, Browns just Deshaun's a fucking disaster. I mean, this is he just doesn't have it.
Is he the worst in the league at this point?
I don't know about that, man. I mean, there's some pretty big questions. I mean, I just think I think he's the worst investment in the history of the NFL. I think that the Cleveland Browns is going to go down as the worst deal of all time.
And it just came out too about the it just came out too about another allegation. I think I just saw.
Something that's been public that I hope most of the fans are. Yes, some stuff came up today, and that that's all whatever. The point is there is a clause in the contract where I don't know the exact verbiage or the way that it's written, but essentially it says that if the player is involved in a suspension or off the field incident or something else, post the signing of this contract, the contract can be voided. Now, to what degree? I'm pretty sure, from what I understand, it's a complete void. So Cleveland has prepared for the worst in the contract. It's kind of like a poison pill deal. But yeah, it's folding out exactly how I think a lot of people thought that doubted Watson.
And they can't get out of the deal either, right? I think I've read it was
something like they can. Like that's what I was saying. They can void the contract. So if whatever happens with this,
you mean? But if he's got to be found guilty, though, right?
No, he can be suspended by the NFL, and that you don't have to be found guilty to be suspended by the NFL.
So there is a way to get out of the contract, because I thought the way I was reading it was that, I guess you're right. Yeah, I was reading them if they tried.
You don't have to be convicted to be suspended.
Yeah, right.
So if the commissioner or the office that deals with that in the NFL deems that the allegation against you, like the hearsay, the he say, she say, is egregious enough, and whatever evidence that they find backs it up, then he can be suspended or placed on the commissioner's exempt list. The most recent commissioner's exempt list was the defensive lineman from the Cleveland Browns, Michael Hall, who was involved in a pretty brutal domestic violence case. And he was placed on commissioner's exempt after about a week or two, maybe. And so commissioner's exempt is just you get paid whatever, some sort of there's an agreement made that basically you can't play, but you're still an employee.
Right. So Monday Night Football has kicked off. Let me bring up the game cast here so we can kind of watch it live, see what's happening in the NFL. No CMC. No run CMC, like you said before. There was let me zoom in a little bit. There was already, he was already hurt, kind of preseason-esque. Nothing kind of new news, but yeah. But let me bring that down.
He's been dealing with since camp.
Yeah. So right now they're still early, driving the ball. Bryce Hall. What was it? The first play Rodgers got hurt last year?
Yeah, first or second snap, something like that.
First or second snap, right? Like, hopefully he makes it past the quarter. Man,
he just has to look better than Kirk Cousins looked yesterday, and he'll be all right.
Yeah. Who do you like? Let's talk about it. Who do you like in this game? Because the line's been jumping everywhere. And CMC obviously changes things, but the scheme, though, it seems like anybody can fit in Shanahan's run scheme. So what do you think how this game is going to play out as they're kicking off in the first quarter? It looks like Bryce Hall just has 2 carries.
This is a fun game from a fun bettor's perspective. I think that from a like a serious bettor that doesn't take into like super serious betting, this would be a no touch for me. There's just too much drama. It's week 1, both sides of the ball. There's a lot of drama. I may touch some player props in that one, which would be kind of like this would be I don't want to touch, I don't want to touch the spread. I don't want to touch the over under. I don't want to touch the money line in this one because anything could happen. They're 2 on paper really good football teams. But I had this marked as the most entertaining game of the week to watch. This is the game
Really?
that I think anybody can just – I think you can just sit back as a fan. Like, it's Monday Night Football. A bunch of ruckus has already happened. We've already talked about the Tyreek Hill stuff. So, I mean, like we've hinted at it. But it's the NFL is such an unbelievable product because things just happen that put themselves in the headlines no matter what. Like, it's just unreal. If people try to say this is scripted, you're fucking ridiculous. Like, this is the most controlled nonsense ever to exist. And this game is an epitome of it. Monday Night Football, we get the Jets, who The Athletic just dropped an article on a week or two ago that said Rodgers is basically above the organization. And then you get the Niners who, I mean, come on, guys. If you just watch ESPN every other morning, you could figure out that they've had a lot of shit going on this offseason.
Yeah, for
CMC's
sure.
had some lingering injuries. They just wrapped up contracts with Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams that were well past training camp. You as the player know that those are valuable reps to be missed, especially from key starters.
Yeah, I was surprised at Ayuk. I swore he was going to the Steelers.
I'm wrong on that. I mean, I know a couple people that died on that sword, and I was one of them. But I just he was too wishy-washy in the situation.
Well, he always wanted to stay. He always wanted to stay. He didn't want to go, but he wanted to get his work.
Him and Tomlin have a really good connection. I think this is not any intel. I think that he felt like his career was a better path with the Niners staying in San Francisco than it was.
No, of course,
going to Pittsburgh. But I think that as a young man in that situation, I think that you kind of have to sit back and go, because I watched what Pittsburgh did yesterday, and that defense is still that defense. And Mike Tomlin is still Mike Tomlin as a coach.
Okay? Yeah, that defense. Yeah, I was surprised, and we'll get to the overreactions right now. But Niners are driving.
Justin Fields, that whole thing, like Russell Wilson. There's a lot of hoorah on that, but I just think Ayuk missed out on a really good opportunity to go to a city and be the guy, and him and Pickens would have worked. It would have each other fantastic. I mean, Ayuk as a flank slot, Pickens is a true X. I mean, you're talking about Najee, the way he moved yesterday. I don't know. I digress. It was it. I wanted to see Ayuk in Pittsburgh pretty bad, especially because it would have helped Philly.
Yeah, I think it's now 4th and 2. They missed the incomplete pass to Debo from Purdy. Slow game so far. That's from what it looks like from here. Nothing special happening so far. But like I was saying with I thought he was going to the Steelers. And like you said, that defense looked good. Let's talk about some of the other stuff in the other games that happened in week 1. I'll go first. Week 1 frauds. I thought Atlanta looked like a fraud to me, man. I really did. I thought Atlanta was going to look like something this year, and they didn't look like they didn't look like the offense. Let me take this, man. Let me think for what I want to say for a second. So, like with any quarterback that goes into a new system, it takes time. It's going to take time for them to gel. But it looked like they haven't played with each other at all. I didn't see, I don't know where Kirk Cousins was back there, whether was it jitters or what. But for as talented as that offense is or can be, to put up only 10 points, I thought that was really telling to me. And then to lose to a team that only kicked field goals. Steelers, they cooked 6 field goals. And you only scored 1 touchdown at the end of the half. You went 16 for 26, 155 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. And your leading receiver had 3 catches for 26 yards. Bijan did his thing a little bit. I'm sorry, McLeod had 4 catches for 52 yards. Bijan did his thing a little bit, but I don't know, man. I felt they looked like frauds to me. I thought they were going to be the best in the AFC South there.
I think, ironically enough, Atlanta has set themselves up in a pretty good way because financially this doesn't really make sense. But if Kirk Cousins sucks, they drafted Michael Penix high enough that
right,
it was a soft plug pull You know what I mean? Like, hey, Kirk, maybe that maybe that ankle's bothering you a little bit. Maybe you sit down for a game. Just come over here and chill out for a little bit. I mean,
I don't think they pull them until they lose it.
Look. It's gonna. The tape guys are gonna get this, and then they're gonna get this quick. He was late. He played scared. His footwork was awful. There were throws that were arid. People are going to talk about Bryce Young's performance, and that's that's another story. But I have to say that
they're so bad. They might not win a game, bro.
No, seriously. But Bryce Young had just awful quarterback fundamentals, and Kirk Cousins displayed a couple of plays that were just disobeying all quarterback fundamentals. I mean, crossbody, late, you know what I mean? Like just things that were just the 100% don't do's, the Pee Wee football don't do's. Like don't, you're running that way. Don't throw that way late, please.
Yeah.
Please don't throw it that way. You don't have that. Okay. And it's just, it was a little eerie for Atlanta fans, but like I said,
in Atlanta too.
They drafted a kid top 10.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It doesn't matter, man. He could fucking be a bust, and it's just going to ruin him financially. And it's not even going to be that bad. It's going to be less of a financial hit than Russell Wilson. So Atlanta's fine. I'll brush you off on that. Atlanta's fine. Atlanta fans rejoice.
I don't know. I think for the hype that was coming, I think it was a little bit of fraud. My second fraud of week one, and it's really early, right? We're talking about NFL week one. Things change. The Bengals. Did the Bengals look bad? The Bengals look bad. Come on.
We just talked about offseason nonsense, and we're looking at the offseason nonsense game right here. Okay, this is kicking off the off. This is the game of the offseason nonsense. But I mean, dude, come on, Chase, Higgins. They've got their nonsense going on. And why are we going to assume? Why does the football public assume that the Pats defense is going to suck? Because Bill Belichick went to Gerard Mayo. Gerard Mayo was the defensive coordinator last year. And they weren't that bad of a defense. So are we just going to assume that the Patriots, who have historically in the Belichick era been a fantastic defensive team, are going to get a Belichick disciple and be a bad defensive football team? They played old school high school football, and they beat the Cincinnati Bengals, point blank period. They ran extra offensive linemen. They ran the shit out of that rock. I don't give a shit. If Cincy didn't see that coming, they're fucking stupid. Okay? Excuse my language. They are fucking stupid if you thought that New England would not go out there and play punch you in the mouth football. And they beat him at it.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but
Nate, you were too smart of a football fan to think that even just know that culture, man. Just because he's gone does not mean. Look at who the staff is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
His fingerprints are everywhere, man.
No, I get what you're saying about New England. I knew it was going to be a tough game. Higgins obviously changes that game a little bit, I think, but
I don't think so because Gonzalez locked up Jamar Chase.
Yeah, that's why I said Higgins changes that game, right? Because you have your two who could get beat as one-on-ones, right?
They weren't handling some basic stunts, and it's just
he didn't have nowhere to go. He didn't have nowhere to throw the ball after
Joe Burrow, dude. You're Joe Burrow. You elevate the receivers around you. They have one of the
I
deepest
agree.
receiver rooms.
I agree.
They have no excuses. They got their asses handed to them.
They did.
New England should be fucking proud.
They are.
Because +8 was a blessing.
It was. It crushed everybody in the survivor pool. I'll tell you that.
Oh, survivor pools are gone across the. Oh, dude,
gone.
Should have been against Carolina, man. Should have been against Carolina.
Gone. Survivor pools are gone. All right. So we talked about the frauds. Let's go with who are the real deals. Who you got are contenders that you saw in week one.
Well, I don't like to.
I know it's week one,
but
if
I had to say the most promising things I saw from week one, actually, I'm going to use this segment to call Nate out. I was right. Ernie B was right.
Here we go. Okay? Here we go. Here we go.
I said the Cardinals would be feisty as all get out, and Nate really loved the Bills. We didn't do a breakdown of week one games, but the Cardinals gave the Bills hell. When I was told they had a joke of a roster, Then I was told Anthony Richardson can't play quarterback.
So let's start with one. I believe the Bills covered. So
they did. That's fine. But
the Cardinals, believe it, Cardinals did. Murray looks good. It's week 1, obviously.
They're feisty. But I use the word.
Murray looks good. Surprising. Harrison was a non-factor. I have no idea what that was about.
Number 1 receiver, rookie receiver going up against an elite defensive coordinator. No question at all.
1 catch though, bro.
His anytime touchdown prop was plus 285 on DraftKings.
But one catch.
No touchdown. One catch he was fine. They're going to take him out of the game.
Now, granted, he's going to do his thing. I'm just saying,
I'm not worried about him at all.
You can force feed your guy. When
you're a completely subpar franchise. Buffalo's here, Arizona's here, and Arizona made it seem like they're here, and they're not even close. But they're feisty, and that's the word that I use with them in Indianapolis, and I was laughed at. And Indianapolis put up a hell of a fight.
No, they did, and I think there's some trends there that Houston doesn't do well in Indy. So I think
Indianapolis hasn't won a season opener since 2013. I did not bet on them. I said they would be feisty.
I agree.
And all I'm saying is Anthony Richardson made throws that only one man in this league can make, and that's Josh Allen.
I agree.
His ceiling that I've said previously on the show is higher than any player in the league. There is not a player in the league that possesses the ceiling that he has. He has the chance to be Josh Allen's arm with Cam Newton's athleticism. That is unreal.
Yeah, but he's got to get accurate, bro. He was 9 for 20.
Accurate.
Like he was 9 for 20. Like I get it. He threw a ridiculous bomb.
Three balls that looked that all I'm saying is they were not human. Those balls were not human, dude.
I get it, bro, but you still got to be accurate.
We can't the accuracy in his early tenure of his career. He's not going to
we can't get so enamored because I understand he threw a 60-yard bomb on the money on his back foot, like it was. He just almost
Do you agree that Josh Allen's best quarterback, like most talented quarterback in football, like Patrick Mahomes,
most talented quarterback in football,
talented quarterback at 6'5", 250 pounds. He can throw the ball the length of the football field and can jump over anybody in the league.
I'm going to say yes because I saw him play live and I've never seen anything like that.
It's unreal, right? So
he's because he I saw him play the Eagles in that crazy game, overtime game. But what I saw was he ran through linebackers.
Yes.
He ran through safeties and he got up and he
it's nothing.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
Watch the play where Richardson gets destroyed out of bounds. He jumps up with his entire body. I'm talking about his entire body flexes his one muscle and just gets up and he's just screaming in the dude's face. And I'm just like, dude, he has the perfect coach to teach him how to just hone in on it and just throw the ball. But he makes throws unlike anybody but Josh Allen. And Josh Allen's first couple years in the league were rough. They were rough. Yeah. Okay. So this is all about projection. Being a great, being a good or great watcher of this game is the ability to project players out of not just some unreal, this dude's the greatest player of all time. I'm not trying to say that. All I'm saying is I believe truly.
No, yeah, he's got a high.
From a general manager's perspective, this kid has the highest ceiling of any player in the league. At the position with his ability and size, it's spectacular. And he made a couple throws coming off a very severe shoulder injury.
And that's another thing. He's not it seems like his emotions get the best of him in the moment because he's still trying to run people over.
He's very young.
He's got to be smarter than that. He's
got to hone that in. That's very Cam Newton of him.
Yeah, he's got to be smarter than that.
He's just,
He looked like he put on some size, though. He looked like he got a little bit bigger.
He up with a little bit more of a tone. He's got he's a freak, man. He's a freak.
So Jets are driving right now. Looks like on 3rd and 8, deep pass to Wilson for 16 yards from Rodgers. 3-0 San Fran first quarter. Looks
Purdy
like
1 for 4.
Yeah, Purdy's 1 for 4 with 6 yards. Points
Debo
came off
with
a fumble
the
from a
carry, 3
recovery.
for 9.
That boy Fred is a
Great.
problem, man. Fred is such a problem.
Yeah,
It seems like they're really using Hall a lot. I think that's Hall's second catch right there for 3 yards. He's got 4 carries for 9 yards. So, I'll kind of wonder what this offense would look like for the Jets with Rodgers back there. But it seems like they're going to run the ball. I mean, that's going to be their identity. They're going to run the ball, a little bit of play action, probably a little bit of boots and stuff.
There's no. I have no idea. Rodgers runs the organization.
Yeah, I have no idea with this because it's not going to be like Green Bay. He might do some stuff he likes in Green Bay, but
he's got autonomy, man. I mean, he's going to do what he wants to do.
That is true. That is true. All right. So we talked about a little bit about our contenders. I agree with you. I think Richardson was a nice surprise. Tons of highlights in that game. I was at a great game, amazing game between Houston and Indy. Let me ask you about somebody else too. We saw this last year, and now it could be because of the team they played. But what do you think about Tampa? I thought Tampa surprised me a little bit that, given the right circumstances, they not dangerous, but you can't sleep on them, right? You can't just think that they're not a pushover.
No,
they're not a pushover.
Philadelphia knows that very well.
We know that all too well.
They've got a good team. They play hard for their coach. I know I was watching the game. Levante David went out for a little bit, so I hope he's all right. I didn't double check on that. They've got a good team, man. I mean, they should win the division. They've got the Falcons and the Saints to worry about. The Panthers are non-competitive. So other than that, I mean, I don't know.
Well, the real test is they face Detroit next, so that should be a good test.
I mean, they're going to lose that game.
They're going to lose that game?
Yeah, they're not winning that game. They don't have that kind of talent.
I don't know. I think they got a lot to defend, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as long as Baker can be manageable. I mean, was that Rashad White? Rashad White. Yeah, I said Rashad. Yeah, Rashad White is decent enough. We already know who the receivers are. If Godwin stays healthy.
Jalen McMillan for them had a good game.
Who's that?
Rookie wide receiver out of Washington.
Okay. He's their 3, right?
Yeah, he's their 2B3.
Yeah, and they got Tristan at the 1 tackle. Like they're okay.
I mean, worse is stud, but
Vita Vea in the middle still.
Yeah, I mean they're not I just don't see them as I see Dallas as just kind of a tier above them.
Yeah. Did Winfield play last game?
He got hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, he got hurt in that game. Got an ankle thing he's dealing with, I think.
All right, Jets are driving. They are on San Fran's 18. 3rd and 6 right now. Rodgers just missed a pass to Lazard. I don't even know how he's still in the league. He had a terrible. Was that 2 years ago? A year ago?
How many times do I have to say this? Rodgers runs the team. It's his boy, dude.
It is. No, you're right. It is. Green Bay boy. All right. So we talked about some frauds. We talked about some contenders. I'll hit you with one more. Any overreaction that you've seen so far?
Yes, Bengals fans worried about the loss to New England. Chill out. You're fine. Atlanta fans, calm down. You drafted a quarterback, pick 9 or whatever it was. So chill out.
They want to win now, though, bro. Let
the offense go. You played the Steelers. Their defense is fantastic. I love that we're in the league. We are back in an era. I feel like this is, everybody says history is bound to repeat itself, dude. It's feels like we're back in the early 2000s. The Steelers defense is nasty. The Bears defense is nasty. The AFC South is an absolute
How did the Bears get
The Bears, baby, the Bears. That defense won the game.
Won the game.
Won the game.
Not an offensive score, right?
Overreaction. Bears offense fans, chill out. It's gonna be okay. Caleb is disgusting. Just calm down. It's fine.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Time. That offensive line's got some things to work out. The receivers need to work on timing.
Well, there's a problem though. They're hurt. All of them are hurt.
If anybody has kept up with Keenan Allen's career, they should know that they are not getting a full season. So just chill out. Odunze strained his MCL. That's the biggest question mark after that game, though.
Yeah. So right now, Jets are on the 3, trying to punch it in, take the lead in this game. Rodgers has had another pass to Wilson for 8 yards. Wilson already fantasy, folks. Touchdown. Wilson's already got 4 receptions for 45 yards
in the end zone.
Mr. Hall, 3-yard touchdown for those people late trying to get some fantasy. I'm in a fantasy war right now, I think, actually. I had CMC. I had CMC too.
Help himself out of the game.
I was up by I think I was up 20 points. I'm losing right now. He has Wilson and San Fran's defense going. And all I had the handicap though. I had Mason, so I put him in. But CMC hurt me. So all good.
Yo, give me take over for 2 seconds. My friend.
You're a funny boy. All right, no problem, man.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
All right. This guy. This guy is funny, man. All right, so we will talk about reactions right now to the Jets versus Niners Monday Night Live, Monday Night Football game right now. Let's go to some live lines right now. Since we're looking at ESPN, I'll bring up ESPN bets on my phone. We'll talk about some live bets, live lines that we could look at right now. So right now, total is 45.5. Money line is still -110, -120. Jets +2.5 at -135. Niners is -2.5 at +105 right now. You can get Jets at -3.5 at +160. Player prop right now, total reception for Wilson is 8.5. That's probably a decent bet. It's at -155. Hall is at 6.5. I would probably take the under there. Debo is 4.5. Kittle is 4.5. Ayuk is 3.5. Mason is 2.5. Kind of wouldn't even worry about that. So to score a touchdown here, let's see what makes sense. Ayuk is +210. Hall just scored. Purdy at 600 might not be a bad idea. I can see him running something in like 3rd and 6 from like the 8. Trying to think who else. Debo is +130. Kittle is +180.
Not Kittle.
Yeah.
What are you doing next? Any next touchdown?
Yeah, I was just looking at some live lines right now.
Next touchdown, what's Jawan Jennings?
Jawan Jennings. Let me see where he's at. Where is he at? This is an alphabetical order. +500.
Not a bad one if we're going to go obscure there.
Yeah, I think 2 that I think have, some legs if you want to bet something.
Ayuk's on a snap count.
Jackie.
He's on a snap count.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't even. That's why I'm looking at somebody else like Jackie at +1,000. Ain't bad. Kittle makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I said Jackie. You check. I'm sorry.
Yeah, use check. Yeah, use check. Fullback.
Use check. Yeah. I don't know why.
What's his value?
+1,000.
That's not bad. That's better than Jennings. But I mean, I like Jennings is the kind of lineup wide receiver 2 now with Ayuk on a snap count.
Yeah, and then Purdy. I think Purdy at plus 600 ain't a bad idea either. I can see him like, if they get down in the red zone, 3rd and 7, something like that. I can see them.
Yeah,
I can see them running in. That's a soundbite. That's a. What did I say? I said Gesicki.
Yeah, Gesicki.
That's terrible.
Mike Gesicki is a tight end for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know why I didn't pronounce his name right. That's terrible. I know who Juszczyk is. Kyle Juszczyk. His wife's out here making all kinds of clothes.
Fullbacks matter. Fullbacks matter.
Yeah, so check. That's hilarious you say that. I think, who did I see with a fullback? Detroit had a fullback. Who else had a fullback? There was a couple teams that kind of went back and had the fullback.
Somebody had one that I was a little thrown off about. It was
Detroit threw me off a little bit. I want to say it was Pittsburgh.
Dan Campbell throws you off.
Was it Pittsburgh?
Of course, Pittsburgh had Derek Watt for a little bit. They had Baby Watt, but I don't think he's in the league anymore. It's who
had a fullback? I forget.
The Chiefs got Carson Steele. We're low on charge, boys.
Low on charge.
Yeah, this the old computer's looking for an upgrade. I'm gonna have to move to my laptop, not the computer. But, I got it.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but I think it was. I don't know if it was the Jaguars or I saw a team.
I saw somebody else having like I said, having
fullbacks are returning. That's all that matters. Andy Reid's the coolest one in the league, and Carson Steele, the rookie for the Chiefs, that has that alligator as a pet. So
yeah,
I'm all for fullbacks, man. They're a different breed. Locker rooms need fullbacks back.
All right, Niners are driving down 7-3. They're going into Jets territory on the 48, just past the 50-yard line. 2nd and 5. Debo went up the middle for 5 yards. So we'll see if they can score here. Kind of, if you think about it, if they score again, a little high-scoring game here, a little bit. I'm wondering what that
is going to be the AFC's version of the Eagles and the Packers without
that first quarter, right? Probably was 7.5. I doubt it was 10 with these two defenses.
But it's the same offense in a sense, like the same style of offense versus each other.
Yeah. All right, so with NFL week 1 behind us, week 2 is coming up. Obviously, this week, Thursday night game is the Bills and Dolphins, and we'll get into Dolphins and the whole Tyreek Hill incident, which is insane. I do have that video that's been circulating around. I'm getting crushed on. I made a comment on Mr. Acho on Twitter, and right now, let me see. Where's it at? On my comment. I have 102,000 views on my comment.
What'd you say?
So I said, Acho.
I have not watched the video, so I haven't watched the was it the body cam or?
Yeah, it's the body cam footage. Body cam. Yeah. So I have it, so I'll play it here in a sec. So those out there watching on Facebook, just stay with us. So right now, so it was the Tyreek Hill video of him getting pulled over, and it's the full video. And when you watch it here in a second, I just said it was two faults here. Tyreek Hill rolled up his window after the cop knocked on his window. So the cop asked him for his stuff. First of all, Tyreek was already kind of irritated because he felt like the cop knocked on his window a little too hard. And he's like, yo, boy, why you knocking on my – he's like, why are you knocking my window so hard? Yeah. He gives him his information and stuff like that. But then he rolls the window up afterwards, which I feel like you can't do that, especially with the tint that you have. Cops have –
was it an exotic car?
Yeah, it was an exotic car. It was like a Ferrari or something like that. And I'm just thinking like you can't put your window up right there, bro. Like that's like I thought that was a bad move because then that tells me that you're doing something that you don't want somebody to see. Now, could I be wrong? Yeah. Absolutely. But I'm just saying, like, if you get pulled over and you put your window down until the cops move back, like if the cop is still standing at your window and you have zero limousine tint and you put your window up with the cop standing there, like that's going to cause the cop to make a move, in my opinion, to tell you. And the cop knocks on the door. He's like, he's like, hey, you got to put your window down. Knocks twice. Hey, you got to put your window down. You got to get out the car. Then that's where the excessive force from the other cop comes in, because the cop comes in and he's like, oh, I'm just going to pull you out the car and put you on the ground and put you in handcuffs. That's where the bullshit is. Like, that's where it gets extra. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the bullshit. But now, what I was saying, all the cop had to say was, can you step out the vehicle? Now, if you've repeated them three or four times, I don't think you don't have to step out the vehicle per law, but every state's different. I don't know what Florida laws are.
Bro,
different.
Look, let me tell you, the South different, bro.
I believe the South
operates differently down here. Motherfuckers, they got laws, bylaws, and sanctions and whatever. They gonna get you out that motherfucker.
Well, they did. So here it is. Let me pull it up. This is the video in full of Tyreek Hill and him getting stopped over right in front of Miami's Dolphins Stadium right before the game.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Like what? Why you have it up?
See, right there. That's where he fucked up.
Keep your window down. Hey. Keep your window down.
It took too long to put his window down.
Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me your ass, Get out of the car. Give me your ass. We'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out.
See, now this is too much.
Get out. Get out. Get out. What part of knowledge do you understand?
Yeah, that's too much.
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested.
It's too much.
I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do.
I didn't know he was that country. Yeah, goddamn, twin.
You know where he's from?
You're a little fucking confused.
That's a Bama boy.
Bama boy?
That's a Bama boy. I think he's from Bama or Mississippi.
We will. Good, bro. It is good.
He said we look good.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying. Bro, y'all.
Like, it's too much.
Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy. Set him up. Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy?
Douglas George.
Damn, bro, dude beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn.
I ain't do nothing, twin.
I ain't do nothing, twin.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey.
It was extra though. Boy didn't have to try to
I just had surgery on my knee.
Hey,
I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
Bro, came over WWE.
Yeah, like it's too much. This bull right here is too much.
Hey, call Drew.
I mean, I'm as far as I understand though,
Call Drew.
Miami PD took
Call
action.
Drew, bro. Call Drew. Hey,
Yeah,
call
it's too
Drew,
much.
bro. Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey.
Hey, Slizzer.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, they got Tyreek. The cops over here beating on him, man. They over here beating on Tyreek,
Listen, big
man.
man, don't park there, man. Just get in
Hey,
the
yo,
car.
hey, Drew, you gotta come, man.
Just get in the car.
Straight up the side.
See, this is the thing I don't like about cops.
Hey, get
Because
in the car.
they're
Park
allowed
on the
to
other
be
side.
there.
That's
Like
a
they're
Florida
allowed
law.
to stop and
Hey, you're in the car.
That's a Florida
This is
thing.
my car. All right, move. I'll take
You
that.
gotta
Right
move
now.
now.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have to get to. I'm coming. Let me have your license. You're gonna have to. Let me have your license. I'm not playing. Let me have your license. Your license right now. Your license right now. You're not gonna give me your license?
Get in the car and leave.
You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your license. Your license right now.
Sir,
Hey,
what
your
you
license
talking
right
about?
now.
I'm leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you up. Your
Florida, bro.
license right now.
That's Florida, bro.
Your license right now. You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now.
There it is.
That's Florida, man.
Tripping. Them boys tripping, man.
That's bro. Let me tell y'all something, man. You don't run. You don't want to run into a bad cop in a country town, man.
No,
Miami ain't that, but I'm just saying it's the South. They're different, man.
Yeah, no, of course. I know it's different, but when we look at that whole thing, that's why I said I think in that instance, the bull knocked on the window. How hard he knocked on the window or not, I don't know. It seemed like Tyreek didn't appreciate that. And then he talked about why you ain't wearing your seatbelt. So now he's picking on Tyreek to kind of find out what's going on. And Tyreek puts the window down. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. Right? That's what he said. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. But he didn't move from the door. And once he put the window up, it took too long for Tyreek to put the window back down. It was a good 20, 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
I had to say there's faults on both ends here.
Yeah, that's what I said. And that's what I said. I said it was faults on both ends.
Reek's not innocent here. Like he obviously did something. Like, unfortunately, we are dealing with like the differences of like, this is kind of similar to the Scotty Scheffler situation. I mean, if anything, it's a difference in race, man. And like Reek got handled by Miami Police Department, which is known to not be the best or, you know, the most honest. Like, so it makes sense. It's just, I mean, from what I understand, Miami PD corrected those involved.
Just the one. So the one was asked
put on
for administrative leave. And then the president, though, came out and said that they felt like they complied in the accordance of law. Now, the one
I know the Florida laws are weird, though, man. Because, like I said,
yeah, I know. That's what I was about to say.
I think it was Trippy Red. His footage went viral because of he had the same situation where you're a multi-million-dollar individual. People are going to follow you where you're going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was making that kind of money or you were making that kind of money, I would want the same kind of security. Well, they freak the fuck out when you pull over and there's somebody in front and behind, which I can understand. But like, dude, we're not in Afghanistan, man. Like, this is, you know.
Yeah, it's America.
Yeah, but look, it's.
But it's still sketchy here, bro. People
it's some crazy shit, bro. Look,
people be wilding the fuck out.
Get down, bro.
Yeah,
shit.
people
Hey,
be wilding the fuck out. But that's what I said, though. That's what I said on the thing with Emmanuel Acho. I was just like, you can't put your window up with that type of tent, dog. Like with the cops.
I don't care who you are, bro. You are asking for them motherfuckers to make a name of themselves. Don't give them an opportunity to make a name.
Right, like you put your window up when the cop's standing right there. Like, what you doing, bro? You can't do that. Now, if you kept it cracked,
you seen, when he damn hit that, when that cop hit that look back, like this motherfucker serious, like that's when you know something's about to happen. Like it's,
but not even that. But the dude was standing in front of his car for at least a good like 20 seconds. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, though. Like the whole interaction was just that can't, you know, like. I don't know. NFL stadiums need to be better about access for players. Players need to be able to just off to the side and be able to do what they need to do. You know, I mean, it's just. I think that was on the highway. It's just it's a whole.
It was in front of the stadium. I think it was like right in front of the players' entrance to the stadium.
I don't know how the drive-in works.
Yeah,
I know in Philly it's perfect. They've got the
right. So I thought, I just thought that was a. Like I said, it was. I thought it was both faults there because you can't. Like
the problem.
He could at least kept it cracked. If he kept it cracked, he would have been fine. But the fact that he put the window all the way up, and then the cop knocked on it, waited, looked back, knocked on it again.
You could have been passively aggressive on Tyreek's end and just left the window halfway cracked and been like,
exactly.
I'm tapping my window too hard. I'll roll it down if you apologize. You know, you could have gone that way. But the point of the situation is, though, we're talking about an individual. This is not his first time in the headlines. And I mentioned this at the very beginning of the show. The NFL cannot script Tyreek Hill probably doing something in traffic or whatever it was that caused him to gain the attention of the police right before the game of week 1. And then he goes out and still scores a touchdown and is able to perform the celebration that he does. Like, that is why you guys are going to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to watch this product, because it is what it is. It's just magnificent. I mean, it was a fucked up incident, but the timing is impeccable in my opinion. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
Along with Dak Prescott signing his massive contract right before the beginning of the year.
Crazy, bro.
I mean, dude, come on. Like, they started
hours before.
And then from what I remember, Nate, excuse me if I'm wrong, but we did not usually get Monday Night Football on week 1.
Right.
So we had Thursday, Friday, major Saturday football, Sunday, and Monday. The NFL, dude, they're not 18 games is coming, friends and family. It's coming.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's football almost every day of the week.
Yeah.
Because I think Tuesday's an off day, and then I think college is Wednesday. There's some college games on Wednesday, Thursday.
You got action. I mean, dude, football's every day, man.
Yeah, it's almost every day, damn near. And then with the international stuff, like that's a push. That's gonna be a huge
just think
push.
about it, man. Like if anybody's worried about Hill getting suspended, it ain't happening. Okay. There's more weight to Deshaun Watson's allegations today, and these are allegations compared to Tyreek Hill's detainment before the game. The news headlines are going to focus on Tyreek, but Deshaun's allegations weigh far, far heavier on his future than Tyreek.
No, because at the end of the day, Reek didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong.
Dude, Reek has been. I'm sorry, and I don't want this to come off wrong, but I give Tyreek Hill zero benefit of the doubt in any situation, like whatever. Like in that situation, there's footage, so it's you're good. It is what it is. Yeah. But the dude has been involved in things since he was in high school, man. Like, he's a walking headline, and he's a freak, probably the best wide receiver in football. But when you're a franchise that invests in this guy, you've got to be prepared to take it on. And the Miami Dolphins are 100% prepared to take all of it on. And
I agree.
I just think like a lot of people ask what could have been with Mahomes and Hill, and I think we could have seen a fantastic run. But I think Hill's brand is just bigger than Mahomes on so many levels. Like Mahomes' brand itself is cool, but Tyreek Hill could make Adidas cleats and people are going to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hill just has that factor, man. He's kind of got the T.O. kind of thing to him, like an old school Randy Moss, T.O., bad boy, A.B. kind of. He's that guy for the league, man. I mean, he's at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, Jefferson's not really getting.
Did he say when he wanted to retire soon, right? He said he only had.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you still see him running past people, and he just, I don't know. I think
that 80-yard touchdown was ridiculous, bro.
Dude, and then the celebration was so badass. Like, I love, like, I just everything about that dude is just, it's like I know what he is, and like I understand, like, like people want to knock him as a route runner or whatever. Who cares? He runs past people. Like he's in that freak level, man. Like he's unexplainable.
God damn his routes. He almost had 2,000 yards receiving. Who cares?
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, but it's like the damn, like just his whole demeanor, like, oh, well, he's a little rambunctious off the field. I don't care. He just got me 2,000 yards receiving. I'm paying whatever he wants and hoping to God he keeps his head on straight. Like, he's good.
Just keep feeding them women. It'd be all right.
Yeah. I think didn't he have like 8 kids 1 year or something like that?
Yeah, I think he had some. Then Mike Daniels came out and just said, "Did y'all hear? Tyreek had another baby, another baby mama."
He's awesome. Shout out Reek, man. Shout out Reek, man.
Shout out to Reek, man. I was. It's crazy because when I was getting slack, like people were coming at me all crazy, and I'm just, I'll just stay out of it, let people talk. I set my comment and. I'm on with the next thing, so it don't really bother me
Nobody
too much.
Should give you slack for that, man. You spoke it how it is. Like,
yeah, I called it how I see it, man. Like, I mean, it was it was excessive. Would if it was a white guy or a quarterback in the car, would that have happened? Probably not. You know what I mean?
Unless you're a golfer by the name of Scotty Scheffler, and you don't get thrown to the ground. You just get rudely apprehended when you're white. Yeah, you don't get thrown to the ground. You get rudely apprehended.
Of America.
What are you doing?
Yeah, like we know the temperature of America. We know what the temperature is, or at least we try to act
like I said,
we know
that's what I was saying
temperature
about the South.
The
That's all I'm
South is
saying.
different.
And that was,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be white on black. It doesn't have to be black on black, Hispanic on black. It doesn't matter, bro. Sometimes in certain towns, the temperature is up. Know your police force.
Yeah,
know your surrounding areas, bro.
So right now, San Fran is driving. They're on the Jets 45, 1st and 10. Just got a first down. My guy Mason, 5 carries, 29 yards. Let's go.
Ayuk had a 14-yard reception as soon as we started the Hill video. So that's his lone reception for the game. Garrett Wilson, 4 for 46. He's seeing the Rodgers.
Let's go, Mason. Keep giving the ball to Mason. 6 yards.
6 for 35. Damn.
Let's go. So hold on. Mason's got a catch? No, he doesn't have a catch. That was Ayuk.
That's what I said. I said Ayuk had the catch for 14 yards.
Oh, okay.
Right when we started the
let's
Hill
go,
video.
Mace. Let's go, Mace. Like I said, this scheme is, very, very offensive friendly for running backs, quarterbacks, and obviously receivers as well. So, let's get in the zone, get in the end zone, and we can start off our fantasy year and right. Yeah, look at Mace giving the Brock 9 yards. Let's go on the Jets 39, first down. Mason right now 7 carries, 44 yards. Let's keep cooking. So we're not going to do the whole game, obviously, with our live reactions, but we wanted to keep the game out because we know it was on first Monday night game. Couple things also of maybe overreactions, I thought. How about Tom Brady's broadcasting? I know it's not what we want to talk about, but I just thought
he's fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
People hated Romo when he first started. He's fine. He's going to be really good at it.
He did sound nervous. He did sound like he didn't know what to say.
Thank God. The guy was. It sounded like to me. Keep it short. It sounded like to me he was trying to say too much in a short period of time. And every time he wanted to give a good point, they ran hurry up. And I think where people are going to be mad about Tom this year is because I want him to be brutally honest about my quarterback. Like, tell me what he's doing wrong because you are the standard. Like, tell me if you think the ball's late or to the right or to the left. Like, I want to fucking hear it. Like, that's what I want from Tom. I want to sit here, Jalen, good throw to the right there, but I probably would have put that a little top right. If you see the shoulder placement here, like, that's what I want to hear. Like, I want to hear him just critique that position. I don't care about how he feels about building a team or, you can talk about an offense and a defense, but I don't need roster breakdowns. I need you to tell me.
He sounds like to me. He sounds like he's better talking football with football guys and not like cameras in front of him. Like if you like,
he's scared to be too football. Like he sounds like he's trying to make things sound like dumb things down, and it's like, dude, just
talk.
Just give it. Just give it to us. Like people will start to pick up. They'll pick up. Like just start saying shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Who was he? Do you know who was in the booth with him? Who was it?
I can see the guy's face. I don't know. I should know.
Yeah.
That, but no, it's
a marriage though. Like you got to have a partner.
Yeah.
You got to have somebody you can play. You can
figure it out, man.
You got to have somebody who can, and maybe he needs somebody who's maybe not so.
Well, he got the
guy, like maybe
got paid.
Like
so
somebody's not so cut and dry, right? Somebody can give him a little bit of get something that can. I'm trying to think. Who's Romo with?
Jesus Christ, man, you are just.
I don't know. I don't know the announcer.
No,
I don't
know these people.
I don't. I'm the player. Who cares about the damn announcers? But but I'm just saying, like those pairings work.
Oh my God.
Oh, big! Why he's looking for that big pass down to Jennings? There you go.
No,
for 22 yards down to the 17.
God. No,
partner. Mason, baby.
Jim Nance. Jim Nance, the all-time great Jim Nance. Okay. Internet grilled me for that because I just had to Google Jim Nance. Yes, Jim Nance and Tony Romo.
Yeah, so they'll work it out, right? It does take time. It doesn't seem like he's a natural as maybe everybody thought he would be, just like some of the other players.
casual 7-time Super Bowl winner.
So it might take him some time to kind of let that personality kind of shine, because he really could be an asshole, and he should be an asshole if he is an asshole. Right now, San Fran's driving, 8 minutes left. Oh, come on. Mason with a right end for 17 yards, touchdown nullified. Another offensive hold. That was it right there. That was my fantasy win. Come on, man. A lot of bettors too, right? A lot of bettors would probably had Jordan Mason to score a touchdown with CMC. Oh, that sucks. Ball on the 16-yard line, 1st and 9. San Fran is driving, 8 minutes and 11 seconds left. Yo, could you call a game? I'm looking at this trying to call it, like trying to think like, you think you could call a game? I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of hard. I don't know if I could.
I can make a trade though. Watching Dan Morgan walk up to Joe Shane and Hard Knock and be like,
I can make a trade though.
First, Shane was like, hell no. He goes, what about 2 twos? I'm like, dude, don't back off your asking price that quick. I was like, all you did was ask. And then he folded, was just like, all right, what, 2 twos? What are you thinking? Jesus.
That's tough. That's tough. Before we get out of here, one more last question. Kind of looking forward to week 2. Let me bring up the schedule here just so we can have a window here. What game are you interested in for week 2? And what game you think is kind of I think that's the best question. What game are you interested in week 2? What we got here? What game's going to tell you something?
Cincy at Kansas
City. You said Cincy?
Cincy at Kansas City week 2. 425 on CBS. Kansas City opens as a 6-point favorite, over under 48.5 according to ESPN Bet. I just think that this is a good Bengals gauge for Cincy fans here. Atlanta fans questioning. They're at Philly on Monday night, so we'll see what happens there.
Cousins always played us well. I expect him to bounce back there.
Buffalo at Miami and Thursdays too is a good one.
Yeah, that should be a good. It's a couple. Week 1 was kind of tricky, and we saw that. I expect week 2 to have a couple bounce back games. Like I expect, looking at this right now. Let me see here. I expect Baltimore to bounce back. Los Angeles, the Rams lost a tough one, but that's a tough game at Arizona, and they
also
always
just lost Puka Nacua to IR. So
yeah, that's a tough one. I think you're right. I think you could see Cincy bounce back here as well, and I think you see Atlanta bounce back. I'm not saying Atlanta's going to win.
I think you gauge life from Atlanta and Cincinnati, and that's about it. You just get to gauge where they're at as a team.
Yeah, that Rams Arizona game is going to be great, but Puka went out, so it's going to be the Cooper Kupp show.
Yeah, 50.5 over.
He might mess around and lead the league in yards again, in receptions, the Triple Crown. He might mess around and do that. What do you have, 14 catches last game?
Who?
Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, he's all they got now. I mean,
yeah, with Puka out. Yeah, agreed.
Not much.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp fans rejoice in fantasy.
Absolutely. So, did we score here? Before we get out of here? Yeah. Touchdown. Oh, Debo. Debo got the score.
Oh, it's not George Kittle, whatever.
Right now, San Fran's up 13-7. Debo with a 2-yard touchdown. My guy Mason's got 10 carries for 67 yards. He's getting me 100 yards. Let's go. All right. I think that is it for tonight. I am the player. They call me Moss. That is GM. That's Ernie B. We'll be back for our week 2 recap. I'm probably thinking a little bit more Eagles. We didn't think that much Eagles today. A little bit snippets, but let's wait and see what Atlanta looks like. We talked about the field conditions and whether they're good or not. Let's see what we see against maybe a bounce back here for Atlanta. We'll start off. Oh, that is a Monday night game, isn't it?
It's an 8:15 kickoff too.
8:15 kickoff. No, we keep it Monday. Let's keep it Monday. No, not feeling that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not gonna want to do a show watching the game either. You're right. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
I gotta pause this up. I pause it.
Yeah.
Turn off my phone.
I agree. I agree with that. I
get in the zone.
We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Hopefully, we'll be talking about the 2-0 Philadelphia Eagles. Again, I'm Moss, the player. That's GM. Ernie B. This is Bird's Eye View. We see you guys later.